I spelled Jared's last name right. Well, actually, I had to also go make sure I spelled his first name right because I always mix the A and E.
So, right, for a while there, we had the "We Will Be Back" screen because we didn't want to just show you a picture of a blank table.
Yeah.
So, this is game 8. And we're going to have AJ Hatum on again. He is one of the 4 and 3 players on We Have a Plan versus Jared Conkser, who's started out a little slow. He ended up at the bye early on and has worked his way back to 4 and 3. He's playing Court of the Wild Gangster. This is very likely a win and in matchup. This is table 4 on the standings. The winner of this is going to be 5 and 3 and likely is in. The loser, again, much like the last round where it was Pat versus Carl, the loser is probably not making it. I can't imagine a 4 and 4 makes it. So 4 and 3, 5 and 3 gives you a chance.
4 and 4 could happen for people that aren't aware. With 27 players, 8 games, wonky stuff happens. But I would be surprised.
I just feel like 4 and 4 is probably out either way.
I feel like the top 3 tables are all fairly secure.
Yeah.
So
I think 4 and 4 is out no matter what.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could be in. Just I don't think it is today, but in other ways they can't play.
Oh, all right, never mind. So Jared just scooped. So AJ is winning. Kelly, well, we saw Kelly and Dan boys. Let's go with Joe and Matt since we haven't seen that.
Wait, no, Mike's on. Mike's playing WAP. Put Mike on. It's the same matchup. It's We Have a Plan versus Court.
Oh, yeah, Chris was already on. He said Joe and Sokol. So.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, it is ISB. Or no, Joe and Sokol. Yeah, Joe's on ISB. And Matt is the lone Saga player.
Boo.
Of the event.
I told Matt you should have been on WAP.
Well, he thinks Saga is more fun because they both have a limited character base, but his isn't all episode 1 guys. So, and this is honestly for Joe Horby, coming out from really playing mostly retro to show up to a very competitive major. And,
he's played a couple open events before.
He's played a couple, but not too many. And he's really, he's come out and really showing something here, and good for him. And again, if you're interested in the retro game and you want to see, you want to get your foot back in the game, retro's going huge.
The funny thing is, I actually think it's easier to play open than it is to play retro, because the cards we were talking about, the big blowout decipher cards, show up more in the retro events than they do in the open events.
Yeah. And so I just happened to glance the Retro League event, the Premier to Cloud City Modified. Joe went 5 and 1. He's right up there. He's currently in 3rd, but Andy Talaga and Ian and Dr. Torch still have to play. So he's not going to stay in 3rd. But 5 and 1 is seriously good play. You're not messing around there. And I think if you've played before, I think retro is fine, and you don't see the blowouts if you know what you're doing and playing with. But there are definitely more blowout cards that a lot of shields slow down.
Well, and not just shields, but like you said, the meta shifted away from some of those cards. Like Joe was playing Honor today, and we haven't really seen Honor of the Jedi be played in a long time, just because it tends not to do much.
Because No Escape shuts it down.
Well, No Escape, 3 battlegrounds, these are all things that can happen fairly easy in today's meta. And so, it's stuff that you see less in open, which is why, it's more cards, but to me it feels easier to get into just because the blowout cards aren't there as much. Like I don't have to worry about numbers in open, but if Johnny Chu is playing in the retro event, I got to worry about numbers, you know.
Or you play them in the Premier to Cloud City Modified where they can't play numbers.
Yeah.
That was. And I will say I've played a lot of retro. Obviously, I played this game for a long, long time. That was probably my favorite retro format other than Premier to Dust R2. Like the modified where it pulled out some of the real broken cards.
Yeah, I think that's
really made for some pretty fun games and made for a lot of very close games. So we got ISB starting enforcement, arrest order, and establish control.
That crappy card, huh?
Amazing, wonderful, beautiful card.
I can't believe we let that person design cards. God.
There was a Watto deck in open last summer. The numbers were sort of there was one or two numbers in there just because it could kind of shield bust you. Yeah, like I played it a bunch, and it was a Johnny Chu.
I was about to say, and it was played by Johnny Chu.
So I played it a bunch. I knew what it was. It's Nick. It was unfun. Didn't you and I play that at Columbus last year? Was that one of the? I think you and I played that matchup on Saturday. Yeah, I got repaid for that on Sunday when I went and played Unlimited with Schoenthal, and it was a sealed event because it was a pre-release, and my packs were so unimaginably bad. It was unpleasant to say the very least. So ISB versus Saga is no one's got any battlegrounds for a little while, but like ISB can certainly go take over the Tatooine sites easily enough. They have a Spire 17. I'm really more curious if Joe's playing the Executor version or what exactly he's playing here.
He did not go through his deck far enough to tell.
Yeah, he doesn't need to count everything in his deck on this first turn. Like there's very little he's going to do other than just go with it.
Yeah, so. No, it was more, I assume if he's not checking, he's probably on not the Executor version because he might have a accelerate to check on stuff, or he doesn't have the accelerate.
Well, he'd have to still get Bespin. Like he doesn't have a way to get Bespin yet, so there's no. And if he was running that, I think you'd probably see like an indoor shield to get Piet, who can get you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you'd see indoor shield. So
I think this is a more straightforward version. And we see, is that Warrant Officer McKay? Oh no, that's Palpatine. Okay. Palpatine dropping for free and then paying 2. And then just moving to the Coruscant docking bay to get the bonus activation from established control. Trooper Garrison beat down ISB. All right. It'll be interesting. What are we missing here from?
Full force lightning? Oh, I guess he can't do that. Empire's back.
Yeah, but like, why is he not? Oh, was he going to do that during his turn? I don't know what.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Sokol's not going to turn down a free verify, so.
Yeah,
it's definitely not.
Empire's back version. Is a terrible.
Yeah.
Can't imagine anybody playing that. Like, I've tried to make that even remotely playable, and like it's. I feel like if this is some sort of crazy Garrison beat down ISB, he'd be a lot more nervous about giving up a verify.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing you don't want to give up is some sort of like, oh, here's what I'm playing. Guess what? I'm gonna try and beat you down. And I mean, Sokol right now is just looks going, like okay, here's my stuff.
It looks like he has a Dreadnought in his hand, so it's probably token space.
A regular Dreadnought or like Eli Banto and.
I think it might be Eli.
Okay, like a plain Dreadnought would be very confusing to me.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's a picture of a Dreadnought. I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the picture's the same. It's either Eli in a dreadnought or just a dreadnought, but like I think it's a dreadnought picture.
Well, it depends greatly on where they're from, because if you've listened to the audiobooks that have Eli, he's got a very southern accent. So it's somewhat frustrating actually to listen to, because they just make him sound like an idiot, and it's obnoxious. So we see Sokol's like, here's my Shmi's hut. Now I'm going to 3PO card. Why did you just
And
put
Joe could be
card?
playing Outer Rim Scouts for all we know. I mean, he is retro, so he could be
Yeah,
doing
I
like an
mean,
Outer Rim Scout ISB. Although Emperor would shut off the scum, so
yeah, I don't think
doing
he's doing
ISB
scum ISB. He might be, he could just be doing, a few Outer Rim Scouts tossed in isn't bad, but like, there's enough Imperials now, and he's not doing Outer Rim Scouts because he got enforcement.
Yeah.
Looks like he's probably running the Von A. There's at least one garrison in there.
Yeah, he's definitely got Von.
I saw Vader's castle.
I saw that too.
So there's another
So he's got
docking bay.
Von package.
Putting the docking bay on Tatooine and saying, all right, let's go. I don't hate that.
I think it's on Polis.
Okay. That's also fine. Like, okay, my ISB agents will sit here. Your space drain is 0. Have fun.
Yeah. Don't hate that at all.
No, that's perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable play as well. I wouldn't even hate if he just moved Palpy there.
Oh, there's Von.
All right, so Von is going to grab Vader's castle and then activate a force.
It's interesting that he hasn't gotten the Fondor out with the established control.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's maybe not even playing it. Like, he's just says, I'm just going to go the activation part of it.
No, well,
is
it's
it in
the
there?
deck. Yeah. There's a planet in there. I assume it's Fondor. It looked like Fondor. Yeah. If it looks like Fondor, smells like Fondor, it must be Fondor.
I think it could also get Korlog. Forget what other systems I allowed.
It's Rendelli, Korlag, or Fondor, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think it was Rendelli. I thought I did different ones. Now you got me wondering. It's been a long time since I designed that. So Korlog or Fondor, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just 2
and
drain -1 systems.
There's definitely a system in there, so I wonder if he is just going to float it until he can download it for.
Till he can download it and space. Put a guy on it.
Yeah, well, until he wants to go to space after Sokol drops to Polis.
Yeah, but like once he drops to Polis, if you just drop a system, like I'd almost prefer him just not deploy it and say, okay, I'll just let you have Polis and it's a drain -1 and I'm not going to bother at all going to space.
Yeah, he could do
like
that.
There's
too.
One system on table and you drain for nothing at it. Have fun. They're going with the old school GIC. So Joe tries to keep as few virtual cards in his deck as possible, apparently. Like, I'm going with regular GIC.
As he's playing the Bonnie package.
Yeah, I know.
And also, GIC's not even a virtual card. Like, you have GIC combo or GIC. Like, neither one of those are virtual.
Yeah. Whatever. He used the Masterful Move combo to get it, though. Not the new card that can pull GIC and other things. So just accept the confusion. It looks like Matt missed a pull here as well. So Joe getting a verify. I got to imagine Joe's not going to be super shocked by. I mean, Matt's probably not playing anything super shocking. Like, this is just get a ton of value out of Anakin as often as you can. And
well, I mean, it's Joe's also a light side deck. You can't play Luke in, right? So.
Well, you can, just not Jedi Luke.
Oh, that's true. You can run Space Luke.
Yeah, you can run Space Luke, and Matt says, all right, well, here's Polis Massa with Han and Chewie. So Han will give him the drain +1 there. Yep. As he's using the virtual Han.
Well, it's small Super Falcon.
Yeah, that's not the Super Falcon. The Super Falcon involves Leia with gun.
Yeah. You still need a third character for Super Falcon.
That's the good Falcon. And the drain +1 is going to be good.
Yeah.
But the Super Falcon needs a Leia. Because you're only drawing 2 Battle Destiny there. Like Super Falcon was 3 to a million, depending on how many interrupts you played.
Yeah,
like
that
the
was
Super
my
Falcon
retro
dropped. Yeah, you drop Leia with gun on there, and it's Captain Han. So you're like, well, 1 for ability, 1 for Captain Han, 1 for Leia with Han. Here's I know for 2. Here's Life Debt for 2. Here's Rug Hug for 2.
Yeah.
Or Protector, not Rug Hug, but still like.
Yeah, I didn't have. So I didn't do the Protector, but I had the rest of it in. If I had gotten to play retro in Vegas, that was my plan.
Yeah, it can be a fun little, just like, here, I'm going to deploy everything. I don't know why they're like, oh no, let's turn everything
compact our
sideways.
Yeah.
Sokol's like, look how much space we have, dude.
Yeah.
It is an 8-foot table, and we're the only people here. Like,
yeah. For those that don't know, you're
leave
usually
the sights
playing in
away.
2 to 3 foot play area space. So
yeah, normally they have half a table to play on.
And they're usually
So
6 foot
when you
tables.
end up with a lot of sights on table, you turn them sideways just to consolidate space, especially if it's ones that no one's going to.
Yeah.
You just say, okay, like, this is fine. So we see Joe activates with Von Ace. He's got a decent chunk of force here. Like, does he have 4 ISB agents in hand? And Von A's warping over to the Mustafar private platform docking bay, which is fine. I mean, Joe's got the GIC. He knows, and Matt knows Joe has the GIC. So, like,
yeah,
going after him super aggressively
is 1.
Increases it 2. Established control is +2 if you control a docking bay.
He's not going to control it.
Van A controls it right now.
Established control is not +2 if you control it.
Oh, okay. Oh, they changed it on me. It was originally +2 at docking bays you control. Now it's just +1 at docking bays you occupy. All right, fine. When I wrote it many, 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 many years ago.
Get off my lawn.
All right, so he gets the +1. That's fine.
Yeah. So.
And now we see Hera on the Falcon. I'll be honest, that's getting close to Super Falcon state.
Yeah.
Like, that moves into the, yep, I'm not touching that Falcon anymore.
Pretty much.
But, like, I mean, if you're Joe, honestly, I think you're just going, okay. And he dropped battle order, so Matt didn't drain that turn, and now I think you're just waiting for, let me get 4 ISB agents there and start piling that site.
It is currently
certainly
the only
activating
VG
enough to
site
get
on
there.
the table.
Yeah, there's currently 2 battlegrounds on table. Polis Massa and the Spaceport Docking Bay at Polis Massa.
Polis Massa. Yeah, the Polis Massa Spaceport Docking Bay.
Yeah. Polis Massa is a very happening place. Lots of guys are there. Lots of guys are playing, spending a lot of time keeping an eye on things. So, looks like Joe might have at least 1 more site in hand. And he's got a bunch of gray. I think this is your. Oh, search for docking bay and missed. Yeah, it's his Trooper Beats version, so. Like, you got to do something here, and I think you still just, like, the only other site that's potentially going to come down is the nightclub. And I think you're fine with, I think you take over the Spaceport Docking Bay and then just wait for Matt to put out the nightclub, and then your goal is just take over ground. There's Deirdre, who puts very likely a Palpatine down to make Party Jazz deploy for 2. I'm assuming he's got 2 more ISB agents in there. Like, this is where you just go for the flip. Yep, there's Vandalay, there's Lieutenant Pole Tritium. Like,
Vandal is an importer exporter.
that's how he got into the ISB.
Yep.
So
he was in the import export game, and Joe actually has been stocking up quietly on ships at his hand too. I think he's
I think Joe's been playing this very slowly, which is good. There's Lieutenant Pole.
I think he also might have been trying to go for Corlag that turn too, or Fondor, whichever one he has.
Could be.
And didn't have it, so
he had to, but see,
I think that's what he gave up that second verify for, but
I still think you're almost better off just saying, you know what, I'm not going to go to space and just take over ground and go, look, if I hold this spaceport docking bay, he's paying 3 to drain for 1.
Right.
Like, I'm totally fine with letting him pay 3 to drain.
And you're paying 3 to drain for 2, and you get to pay 1 to retrieve the 1 damage he's doing, so like
so you say thank you and keep playing. And there is Corporal Vandalai, who just imported a flip.
Well, a flip onto a purple shield, so he had to pull the
he had to take it out of the shield. Like, that's
Joe
not the way you put
old
in
school that he didn't even play with clear sleeves on his objectives.
Even his objectives are in opaque sleeves.
Yeah.
But like, this is one that actually flips occasionally. Like, if he was playing Court, I could understand putting it in an opaque sleeve. Like,
yeah.
So
this one flips fairly often, I would imagine. I mean, you can't be too careful with going down there either. I mean, you know, he is on Saga. Okay, so he's just gonna,
just move everybody there. Yeah, I think he figured out, he's like, okay, I've got enough force. I don't need that extra +1.
Yeah,
isn't going to matter that much. Let's hold on to the Gick for a turn when I really need it.
I also don't wonder what that other sight is in his hand. And he drew his system now.
Yeah, like, I'm curious. I think the site might be one of the executor sites, and I'm like, why aren't you just deploying that? Like, it's not like you're going to get taken out of there. And there's the Unita shield, so he gets so Matt gets the bonus activation. What is it? Activates +1 and deploys -2 at the yep.
God, the shield doesn't.
Rebels are deploy -2, and force generation is +1. So it's not everybody; it's just rebels. I think it's everybody on the original effect version.
Yeah.
So that's
and Matt's having to read ISB because he tried to pay 3 to drain for 2.
Yeah, and Joe correctly said, nope, it'll be 1. And so he's watched my streams. He's like, I am not paying 3 to drain for 1. Garrett said that's a bad idea. You know, well, Garrett says a lot of things are bad ideas, but
control gave +2 instead of +1.
And it did in an older version. We weren't yelling at Kieran for getting a version wrong. We all believed Kieran. I think we can give me the same grace. All right, there's Luke with lightsaber.
Wait, if it's -2 for rebels, he should deploy for 3, right?
Nope, he deploys for 4 because he's a pilot, and pilots are still +1 there. He correctly paid 4. I was like, all right, he got that one perfect.
I forgot the spaceport docking bay has 1 for pilots on the light side.
Well, fortunately, Matt and I were on top of that. So now he's looking for something. Like, he can't be grabbing Anakin's saber. I don't know. Or yeah. Joe's like, I'm going to take a look at that here, see if there's anything crazy.
Double clash. Whew.
Yeah. And he's got I think he's got a Sari in hand. Like,
he has Sari in hand, but he double clash in reserve, so.
It doesn't surprise me. Like, this deck is all about getting guys with sabers down. Like, you're running Anakin constantly. Like, Clash is so good.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he just revealed that, although Joe might have already seen it in there, is General Leia. Yeah, Joe Coward isn't going to help you. He's got 2 battlegrounds. You got secret plans. He doesn't have any force lost yet. And Anakin saber on General Leia because
nope.
Like that, unless that's non-V Anakin Saber, I don't think it can. So yeah, Anakin, Luke, or Rey. So all right, it is apparently non. Or there's Rey with the saber. All right,
That's interesting.
and now he's using Rey to grab a card, but it means
no battle.
Yeah, he doesn't have any. Oh no, yeah, he doesn't have anything that starts battles for free. I don't think. Are we
Wait.
landing the Falcon?
Whoa.
Okay. Okie dokie artichoke. That is
I guess he's going.
That's
This is the only battleground site on the table. I am going to fight over it.
One of us is taking a battleground. Thank you very much.
Yeah. There's only two on the table, and we're all going to stick at this one.
And here's where Joe puts up the dreadnought and shuttles everyone up. Just like, all right.
That does not seem good.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea at all. So,
as somebody that has paid 7 to move 7, I've never paid 7 to shuttle 7. I guess it's only 6, but still.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what we're gonna. There
was the indoor.
It's like the indoor docking bay.
Okay, that was the other side. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah, so that's why you were holding on to it till you needed to go there, and now you need to go there.
Yeah.
Like.
And there's a sister.
And there's Fondor. So maybe what we're going to see is this, Eli and ship, Eli and the Dreadnought with Thrawn at Fondor. Because you are not scared of space at all. Oh, Mara's ship? Okay. Like there is no space.
Yeah.
That's coming out here. 2 is not Thrawn. 2 is random ISB dude.
The guy that activates ISB.
Colonel Wolf.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's a real solid setup. Like, Matt's going to be like, okay, I get to pay 3 for drain for 2, I guess. And then he's got to cost him a ton to move to Endor. Like,
yeah.
There's no place good for him to move. Like, you could, in theory, now say, okay, I'm going to take off with the Falcon and be trying to drain for 2 and 2. But I think you take off with the Falcon, Luke, Leia, and Rey don't necessarily scare ISB. Like, ISB will say, okay, I'll take that fight.
Right. And that's why
I'll wear you out of guys.
Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah. And Joe just draws a few, and he's got a pile of dudes in hand and some good interrupts. Looks like, ooh.
Especially since Matt knows he's kind of on trooper beats, right? Like
Yeah. Looks like he has a ceasefire in there for the sorry about the mess combo. Ooh. That might be turn it off. He's flipping through them quick enough. I'm trying to recognize cards and this, there's another masterful move. Is he going to go grab the Gick he put back? Was that the card he put back? Or is he just taking a gander and going, all right. That's a lot of gray in that reserve deck.
It's ISB.
Yeah. But there's a lot of gray in his hand. Like, he's got a lot of dudes there. And Matt might have just said, yeah, I don't need to see it again. Like, I know what I'm walking into. And Matt knows he's walking into some form of beats, so he doesn't want to. Like, he's just going to be real passive and slow play this to not get beat down, but that might mean he's falling behind. Yeah, like here's a drain of 2. Joe loses one of his Colonel Wolves.
Yep.
And Ivane makes a lot of sense. Matt looking for a Shmi who is absolutely not in the deck. Is there... Oh, looks like the Nightclub's still in reserve. That's definitely one of the cards he needed. And only one clash I saw, so
He got the other one in hand.
yeah. Like it in theory, you look at it and be like, Joe probably doesn't even need to go after him. Like, even if he takes off and says, okay.
Like, Joe can also at some point just drop his guys and spread
Yeah.
and drain.
And that's just it. Like, right now, if Matt takes his guys off, Joe can say, okay, drop a couple spies on Tatooine and say, we're drain racing and I'm winning.
I mean,
Because I'm
and if
training
he
for,
drops,
5 to 4 and I'm retrieving one.
and he also adds one. I mean, he adds one wherever there's an ISB agent, so he
He
can.
adds ones at battleground sites.
Oh, okay.
So the drains on Tatooine would be 2 and 2.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But the drain at Endor will be 2.
Yeah.
So it looks like Ray jumped in the Falcon with, so I hope that's a non-V Anakin Saber. I'd imagine it would be. There's functionally no I guess you can put the V1 on Ray, you can't put it on Leia. You can put the non-V1 on Leia, you can't put it on Ray. So I think I'd probably err towards the non-V there. Like, especially if you don't have Luke going into space. And there we see one of the pullers for pulling Chirpa's hut. Or was that the site we saw? Was that not the nightclub? If he doesn't have the nightclub, this is going to be.
He's got no. He has Leia's quarters.
Oh, okay,
He can
yeah.
pull
So
that
he's
as well.
Yeah, so he's running it that way instead of the nightclub, which okay.
Well, and
And Matt's like, hold on, I'm doing lots of things in activate phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're running multiple clashes, I think the quarters are probably better than the nightclub.
Yeah.
So you give up, the nightclub is great because it's a drain of 2.
Right.
Yeah, that's a solid. He 3PO'd the blaster deflection to immediately lose it because he's like, look, I'm not going to get a blaster deflection off. Like, there's nobody that's shooting at anyone. But yeah, he's got the clash in hand and he has saved the force. So I think, Joe's got to worry about that a little bit.
Yeah, because he
But
knows there's at least
I don't
2
know
in the
how
deck.
much. Like I said, if I'm Joe, I might just say fine.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Going. You can't neighbor it on me.
Right.
I don't care what there was. So he's got the nightclub as you just lost.
Well, actually, he could neighbor, but it's only on move phase.
Yeah, you can't neighbor into a battle.
Right.
And if you want to neighbor into a non-battleground and strand your guys all on Tatooine, great.
There's not a non-battle. There's not a exterior site on the table. I don't think at the moment. I think everything is exterior.
Yeah, I don't.
So you can go anywhere.
There's not an interior site. The nightclub would be, Leia's hut will be.
Right.
Or Leia's guest quarters. But I don't think you're worried about a neighboring beat. So you're like, okay, I can throw a couple ISB agents down.
Yeah.
He can throw Anakin at you, but he can't put a saber on Anakin.
No.
So what's the worst thing he does is he throws down Anakin who adds a battle destiny, draw 2 battle destiny, your guys forfeit for 1 million each. And you say, okay. I think I'd probably just leave Polis Massa alone.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking a drain of 2 and 2.
And yeah, it's a drain of 2 and 2, and you retrieve 1, and you're draining for 3.
Right.
Like I said, I probably would just throw 3 guys at one of the Tatooine sites and say thanks.
Yeah.
So
make him strand a guy on Tatooine, essentially, too. Because you don't have to draw destiny, he can strand a guy, or you can fight over the non-battleground too. I mean, he's got most of his really good characters not there. I mean, he'll still have Lando, he still has Anakin, but like you said, he can't put the saber down because it's on Leia.
Yeah, and
he can't play EPP Ray because Ray's on the table.
Yeah. And both Tatooine sites are just straight drain for 2. I think I'd be perfectly happy letting them have it. I get that your deck is built on beatdowns, but I think I'd probably just let those beatdowns go.
Yeah, I definitely would. I'd just ignore him
And he grabbed the dark time. Well, I guess the dark time will add a bunch to his power. Just 2. Matt's only got 2 non-battlegrounds on table.
yeah. Joe has more than him.
Joe's got all the non-battlegrounds.
Shocking. The retro player plays all the non-battlegrounds.
Yeah. I will say I don't love what he's doing here. Like,
Unless his plan is
Callus,
to docking bay transit back everything over there.
Yeah, I mean, but he can't transit. I guess he can't transit everybody, but
Oh, yeah, because he
I don't
can't
know.
transfer Emperor.
But you could just leave the Emperor.
Right.
And there's Kirkanos. He says, Clash, huh? Guess what? And Matt's reading another card, like,
I need to move my mouse more. I haven't been moving it. My screen keeps going to sleep.
Your screen just went to sleep.
Yeah.
I've been fortunately having
my computer.
I've been bouncing back and forth on getting things in there. So he's clashing right now.
Yeah, because
Kier only works in battle.
Yeah.
So he's clashing out Tarkin. Okay.
Or Kirkanos.
And basically, this is why I would. Oh no, he's clashing out Kier. Oh, all right. This is why I would have just left that side alone.
I don't mind it if Joe's planning on just stacking that and making Matt, because like you said, Matt running to and from indoor docking bay is going to get super expensive.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he's planning to do is just, okay, I'll deploy my guys and then I'll transit everybody over.
Except for
Palpatine.
Emperor. Yeah.
And honestly, like, I could even see leaving Palpatine and an ISB agent, just so it's still a Drain of 2 there.
Yeah, but then you
maybe leave Palpatine. So leave Palpatine, Bonnet, and a dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
you just need to leave 3, not 2, because if you otherwise you risk getting clash.
Yeah, you leave 3 or you leave 1, or at least 3. I'm fine with leaving 4, as he looks like he moved over Deirdre and Party Jazz. So,
and here comes one more.
And Lieutenant Pole. All right.
Hey, it's what we said.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're good at this game.
It's limited, but yeah, every once in a while we do appear to know what we're doing. And Matt's looking at his shields and like, well, I guess I'll put out aim high and force you to pay 1 to retrieve your dude.
Yeah, there's definitely one in there.
Yep, and that's what Joe's going to do is pay 1 to retrieve his Colonel Wolf. And I'm sure he'll just lose an ISB agent next turn.
Our world champ isn't watching, otherwise I could point out that's when you play aim high. But
well, he's got it out. Like, yeah. It's Dan who loves to
give
Joe credit about that.
I also like to mess with Joe every now and then, but Joe's
I mean, we got Card Shark watching now. We got one of Joe's friends. Someone will pass it on to him. So we'll see. Yeah, Matt's got to figure out a.
Wait, Card Shark's friends with Joe? Did not know that.
He hides it well, but
I could not tell from his Hall of Fame speech he gave for Joe.
He doesn't tell a lot of people, but I know. So I am a little curious. Matt's got to come up with a play here. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you gotta. 100%. I think he's sorry, Tarkin. Drain of 1, which is going to be an ISB agent.
Or off the top.
Ooh, I don't like off the top. There's the sorry on Tarkin. Yep. Now, he's got the imbalance combo.
And ceasefire.
How do you and a ceasefire? I think you go ceasefire just so you can mess with the imbalance. Use the imbalance to mess with the retrieval.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of ways to stop that. And I think he's thinking about grabbing it. I wouldn't actually hate grabbing it. Like, there's a lot of obnoxious interrupts, but like,
He grabbed it but didn't stop it.
He
Okay.
grabbed it and just let it go. I don't.
Don't.
I don't understand that at all. Like, if you were planning on saying, okay, I'll just use the ceasefire for the battle, then I would have blaster pro. I would have
Right.
imbalanced it. Because, like, you're fine now, I think, using the ceasefire. I just don't like the. I don't like that give up. Yeah, he should have paid 4 for.
Well,
Should pay 4 for Lando.
Yeah, Lando's a pilot, so 4.
Yep.
I'm a pilot. I can fly.
I mean, we all saw that little maneuver at the Battle of Tanab.
Yeah, I don't think you need Yoda's head, Matt. Like,
yeah, I don't think the retrieval is going to matter at this point, or the activation. Like, I think your activation is fine.
Yeah, I think
actually he might. I mean, he's only at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess he's activating like 12. That's probably enough.
Considering most of his characters are already down, I think it's plenty.
And there's Anakin, who should have cost him 6. And Padme, who should. Padme's not a pilot, so she's right at 4. Yeah.
She is not a pilot.
Okay, so now Clash. Well, Clash is going to expire in Sokol's turn. So, yep. Right. So there's the battle. He does start the battle for free, and we see the ceasefire. And Joe loses 2 for it, one of which is Callus, so he'll be able to retrieve him.
Oh, he didn't grab it. Okay.
Oh, I hate all of that then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I definitely would have liked grabbing it. And there's the Dark Collaboration to add to Destiny.
And
Skywalker's to cancel it. Or to add.
Yeah, to add. They're just adding more Destiny.
Not within sight or reach.
And leadership to the limit.
Yeah. And this is why I
playing since
didn't want to come into this battle. Like, this is why I would have just ignored the site.
I think it was fine if you protect Tarkin.
Yeah, that's. So he grabs leadership. And now.
Well, I mean,
yes, adding 2 to his power. Like.
Yeah.
That's cute, but whatever.
He's canceling, I guess, Lando's game text.
Oh, with Sergeant Tarl. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lando's now immune to attrition. So it's down to he's still drawing. Still Battle Destiny.
Yeah. At +1.
And a Destiny to attrition. All at +1. Yeah, like I'm still not happy with the position Joe's in. Like I said, I think you had to think something like this was happening and play it much more cautiously. There's the Anakin cancel and redraw.
That wasn't the worst for you.
Yeah, and trying to figure out what all those interrupts are. Joe's got the Dark Collab should be lost. The other 2 should be in used pile, I think. And Joe draws the 6 for Battle Destiny, which is good. Then the Destiny to attrition. So he's got, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 or so he needs to cover in attrition?
3, 8, 12.
Oh, yeah, they're each +1. So.
I don't know what the third card is. I can't tell.
5 and 4 is 9, 13. I just can't tell what the third card drawn is. So he's got 17 or 18 in attrition to cover.
Yeah.
Which really is probably 3 guys. And his 6 is going to be 1 dude. Like,
yeah.
Not using the imbalance to keep Tarkin alive was a huge mistake. Like,
assuming he has
the
imbalance. I mean,
well, I think he had the imbalance. I thought he had the imbalance combo.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I know he had ceasefire, but
I thought the imbalance combo was even farther up. Okay, why are those interrupts still just sitting on the table though? What are we doing with those? Those
Trying to
should be in
probably
your
remember
used.
the plus
Yeah,
power and whatever they're doing.
could be. Okay, yeah, that's why they're.
I mean, it's not a big deal to leave them on there as long as you know,
Yeah, as long as everything gets
remember to put them
put
back.
back at the right spot. So,
Yeah, and
and it
it
looks like,
costs
yeah,
Sokol
Sokol just
Lando.
lost the Lando, which he's okay with. Like, he was going to
Right.
lose Lando anyways.
Right.
So,
No, those go back first. Oops.
yeah, so Joe was earlier game. Joe was putting stuff back in the wrong order anyways.
Yeah.
Or putting stuff back in the wrong order before. So,
I mean, Joe's still
all right,
got guys there. He's not, and he's still
we
draining
miss
eight.
we miscounted something somehow because he just lost Tarl and what's his face? Oh, he might have done the Battle Destinies can't be modified.
Oh yeah.
Well, no,
So
that one's just canceled. So that would have stopped the. Yeah, I don't know what he. I'm still not sure how he got away with just forfeiting Tarl and.
I mean, Sokol's not going
Lieutenant
to let him
Wolf,
get away with something that's
because
not
that would have
there.
been
So
12. Yeah, I guess I'm wondering if we missed something somewhere, and
I'm guessing we messed up.
very possible. Might be somebody that makes them forfeit plus something that we're just not seeing. So I haven't played enough ISB in the current era to know what all the crummy little dudes do. So I don't know if you want to stay there that much longer though. Like, I guess maybe if you have another dark collaboration,
Yeah.
that would be about the only reason I would consider, just like, all right, here's another dude. And maybe if he's got a Tarkin in hand, like some way to try and make it, at least this way he can't leadership. He can stop Sokol from leadershiping if he starts the battle. There's the Van A activation, and Sokol threw away Leia's hut. So he says,
He says, I'm
everything's going
fighting
to
over
happen
this
at
one.
this docking bay. Which, okay.
I still think that favors Joe.
See, I think that favors.
Well, no, as long as Joe can hang there without, like, all he's just trying to do is buy time and waste Sokol's resources, right? Because his Polish drains -1 at the system, so he's draining for one in space and 2 on the ground, so 3 to 1, and he's retrieving 1. Like, and Sokol's wasting resources to try to take him out. Like, I think that's okay.
Yeah, but he's got Sokol's gonna grind him off of the ground soon enough if he's not, doesn't keep the ceasefires and stuff going, just because he's gonna keep hitting guys.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be hitting guys and clearing them real quick.
And he just says no. Well, again, we were talking about if he just says, okay, I will drain for 3 to your 4 and I'll retrieve 1, like he's still in an okay position. Now he can, again, like Matt's got so much devoted now. I would have absolutely been like, any 2 random ISB agents go to Tatooine.
Right.
Like, just start pushing that. Because what is Matt going to do? Like, who is he going to come at you with now? Lando?
Right. Yeah, because Anakin, Padme,
literally, Anakin, Padme, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Rey, Hera, and Han are all on table.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, he comes down with what? Obi and Lando? Like, okay, so put 3 down so you at least get.
And you've got a gig. No, you've got a gig. So put 2.
Honestly, you've got to put 2 down at 2 separate locations.
Right.
And make him come at you. Like, tell him to pick a spot and then be like, okay, you guys are stuck here. Have fun.
I mean, I guess he could nabber them away in the move phase, but
yeah, great. Have fun.
Great. You've wasted all these resources and I'm still pinging you for 3.
And where are you going to nabber them to in the move phase? Like back to the comm scan to cancel the Falcon drain. Nice. And it gets grabbed, but that was a solid, like,
Yep.
and we already saw the Jin go lost, so I don't think the comm scan's a huge concern. Yeah, like, the only character in that reserve deck who he could theoretically deploy right now is Lando. He had a Leia and a Luke in there, but they can't
He
go
could
anywhere in
also
a
Jedi
Padme.
love the Jin, so
Yeah. And that would be something I think
that would
could be a
definitely flip
problem.
it back to
Yeah. You Jedi live the Jin, then I think, Joe
Hey.
has to do the, okay, everybody goes to Andor again.
Yep. So now Matt's putting the wheels on. Now Joe's got to respond again. And like I
Yeah.
said, I think at this point Joe should just drop an ISB agent to each Tatooine
Especially
site.
with those two at there. And
Although
so just because
Yoda
I
can
want to
relocate, but then you're opening yourself up for a potential beat either way.
only 2
Oh, to
battlegrounds, I thought.
Battlegrounds. Yeah, you're right. It is only to Battlegrounds. So Yoda can't relocate.
So, and he can't, there's no Mustafar battleground site, so he can't turn that Mustafar drain into a 1 by just moving guys over, but I think he'd just be like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because again, yeah, you have no.
But Joe does not have too much left if he just activated his entire deck. Right? So 2, 3. 4.
I mean, he's been saving a bunch of force. So. But yeah, I don't know exactly what his plan is here. Because he's been saving a bunch of his force, so he's got he's probably got 20-ish force to. We got a pile of ISB guys at Endor, Nick. We got Mariner ship with Yularen as a pilot at Fondor. And Sokol's got a loaded to bear Falcon. Loaded to bear site. I don't know what Matt's begging for from the camera. So he's got a Luke, so this isn't like his world championships where, his kingdom for a Luke. I just don't know where you're going with this, because I don't like the idea of dropping to Mustafar and saying, okay, well, we'll battle off these 2 guys and let it go. Like, I almost think I'd rather spread on Tatooine and just trade drains and just say, I'm ahead of you right now. So, but I don't love any of this right now. So here's 6 for somebody.
Vader.
Don't at the Mustafar docking bay. And then Image of the Dark Lord. Fair enough. All right. So he does have a way to just turn that drain into a 0. It's just not with an ISB agent.
And you should still drop ISB guys over to Tatooine.
Yeah, I don't like him not dropping ISB guys to Tatooine feels like a huge mistake. Like, you have the Gick. There's nothing he can do that's really scaring you. So make him figure out a way to handle that drain, because if he can't, you're just way ahead. Okay, so now he's down to. I thought he might have taken back 1 too many there. All right, so now he's using Deirdre.
Like, just go to Tatooine and I'll just race him. Like, you don't need to fiddle with him over there at all.
Krennic, yeah, like, I don't love putting anyone there. Like, you're just walking into a buzzsaw with multiple swings and battle destinies. I think Joe's ending up with too much force there.
I think it evened out so far.
Okay. So he's got Ozzel, now Krennic,
Yes,
and
Ryan.
using
Why does
Krennic.
everybody want to go back to Polis Massa? Let's go to Tatooine.
Why did Ozzel end up?
I don't even know what's going on now.
Ozzel just ended up in his used pile by accident because we picked him up. That's where
did Snozzle go? What just happened?
I'm just texting Chris.
like Joe put one down for Deidre and then played Krennic, then unactivated, but then played Snozzle, and now Snozzle's gone.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what
Ozzel got dropped in the used pile by accident. And he has to come out of used pile and go back there. I don't know what else.
Yeah, like I don't know what happened.
Or are they explaining, did he put somebody else? Did he use somebody to put him in there? Is that what we missed? Oh, okay.
What happened?
Apparently he used somebody to put him in there, I guess. Okay.
Like everything just happened so many takebacks and so quick. I was quite confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris's exact text was he put him back with one of the ISB idiots. So and my response was, it is hard to remember what all of the idiots do. So we're all good. Like, I want a Tarkin there for that battle.
Sure, Joe wants a Tarkin too, but
yeah, but like I would not be wanting to go contest that without the Tarkin.
Yeah, I don't.
Like again, he put down ISB agents, put them at Tatooine.
Yeah.
Start a drain in there.
Right, like you're playing into Sokol at this point. He has cards he can play there, resources to spend.
Yeah.
Whereas he cannot do that on Tatooine. Like he has nothing in his hand that can go to Tatooine right now.
Yep.
And this might be where Joe just hasn't played against it to know that the character base is so limited, but
yeah. And like, or Joe knows what's there. There's another, or there's that.
Yeah, no, he does not have an imbalanced combo because he definitely
would have played it. Yeah, and he's going after and kills Callus. All right, so without the imbalance combo, I still think I would have canceled the Sorry with Ceasefire. And I would have.
Yeah, just like you get Tarkin's text during the battle, which is more important to me than.
Yeah, even if the swings go through, you're like, okay, fine, the swings go through, I can cancel a Battle Destiny and keep someone.
Well, one of them is still going on Tarkin too, right?
Alive,
like,
yeah.
So
yeah, you're
still losing Tarkin, but you also get to use his ability, which could keep another guy alive.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't think, like you said, I would be on Tatooine at this point.
Yeah, I think Joe is.
I think Joe's playing to battle for, I don't know, reasons.
Yeah, I think he thinks he might be ahead in the battle, and he might be, especially if we don't. Because there's a General Kenobi with a saber, like that's where you're like, if you go to Tatooine and you force Matt to put General Kenobi there, you're like, all right, I don't care.
Right.
So.
Because you can also like repeat
all right,
on
so
Kenobi.
his entire deck is 4s and 5s. But that's even better for like what? Just throw a guy at Tatooine. Like you're not getting off Tatooine. So
no, but he does have a saber, so he can drain for 1 on Tatooine.
That saber doesn't add to drains.
What is that saber?
That's the Destiny 5 saber.
Oh, you're right.
Causes the force loss when you hit with a Jedi.
That's
but
true.
It doesn't add to drains, so it'd be even better. Like, okay, throw him at Tatooine, like, he'll hit and make him forfeit 0, and you kick it away, and like, by the way, your dude's stuck there.
Yep.
But now he just battled, and you let him get back the sorry that he already used. Yes, Nick is correct. It's the combat saber. It also adds 1 to saber combat if he was ever going to do that. And now everybody's going to get hit a whole bunch.
Yeah, like he's just losing his entire.
This
board at
is
this point.
Joe, I think, could have won this game had he just ignored that sight and said, okay. If he's contesting it without the pile of dudes he needs to, this is like he's going to lose
he's
3
getting
guys
cleared
here.
at this point.
Yeah, he's losing everybody, and he's not clearing him back. And like, yeah, you can keep retrieving your guys, but like, what's your end goal here? So he's got another dark collab.
Cool.
All right, well, like that's nice. So you're adding 2 destiny. So you're drawing 3, which is fine. All right, we're swinging and hitting party gas. And
Like,
I don't think
drawing
he's
destiny here
anymore.
is not that great because you free up guys for Sokol to play elsewhere. Like,
yeah, like honestly, you'd have been fine just saying, all right, I will draw nothing and let him be there.
right.
So we get 6, 5, 5.
So 16 and 9.
Like Joe's doing a great job of tracking.
Yeah.
But like I mean, if he ends up with like 1 random numpty alive, you're
the funny thing
losing
is he
them.
could have dropped
They're
3
moving
guys
away.
he could have dropped 3 guys to Tatooine. If he comes down with Obi there, he can dart collab, and if he's drawing that, like Obi's getting overflow.
Yeah. So
And I think as ISB you're okay with that.
yeah, and he's losing Anakin, which he's fine with. He's got another one in hand.
He's got to lose
So
something
there goes
else,
the
right?
2 hit
he's got
guys.
16 attrition.
He's got to lose 2 more guys. Yeah, I mean, Sokol's certainly got to lose someone else. So, yeah, and that's it. Joe's like, okay, so you lost Anakin, I lost Dude.
Yeah, and this is the way you
lost
play it.
Obi.
So
Yep. So now he loses Kier, which makes sense. And now he's got to cover 9-ish in attrition. Because yeah, Anakin's 8 and Obi's 9, so they'll cover the
they're
the 16. Like Moff staying alive is fine. I don't think it really matters. Like 1 guy lives, and they're gonna run like heck to Endor.
Sokol, stack your thing. Thank you. It was like, how did you land the Falcon from Fondor?
Yeah, it's a quick flight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do agree that now participating in that battle means Anakin can come somewhere else, which isn't helping you, and Obi, although he probably only has 1 other Obi, but Sokol's making his hand whatever he wants. Like you just need to run him out of guys. So there goes one of the Anakins, but he's certainly got another, and a Jedi's Con, which
useless
is immaterial. Like you have random numpties to Tatooine, make him come after you. Run Deirdre away. Yeah, like he's sitting on at least 1 stormtrooper garrison, and it's like they're not going to help you. You don't want to get into the beatdown battle here.
Don't
alternate your game plan.
Don't go back there. You're going back there.
Get Sandy. No,
You're going back
maybe
there.
not.
Don't go back there. You're going back there.
Go to the sand planet. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it'll let you beat Sokol. Come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna put that card down, and I'm telling you not to.
But what are you doing here? Like,
oh, he did it.
3 for. Oh, yay! There we go, Stormtrooper Patrol. I'm so happy now.
Yay! He did it. He did it. We're all happy.
Yeah, and there's Evax or some random.
It's a random ISB numpty. He's a spy.
Random idiot.
Text.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, he's a spy. Yeah, like especially once he locked down the Vader site, like that's such a perfect way to play this. Like, okay, here we go. What are you doing now? Why you're spending all this force? Like, why are you spending all this force? No, just put
He's
two
trying to
guys down.
set his destiny, I guess.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, he still has a ship in hand too, I think, but
Yeah, I think he just
I
move
think he's
Mara away, move Deidre away. Although honestly, I might just keep Deidre there and just gick it.
Well, no, because you're gonna have to use the Gick in the other battle against Anakin.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, you're not you're not keeping Deidre there. Move her away. Move her far, far away. Yep. All right.
Now pay one to retrieve. Yes,
Yep.
there we go. Yay.
Move away. Pay one to
I mean,
retrieve.
Joe's really tracking this.
Yeah, I mean Joe's tracking great. Joe knows what he's doing. You know, Joe's not playing that part of the. Joe's playing mechanically very well. He knows exactly what he's tracking. He knows what he's drawing. That's awesome. I think his strategy was just off.
Yeah.
You know, and like the.
I wonder if they may have gotten to time.
I don't know. Could be.
Like they're talking about stuff, and I saw Sokol revealed Anakin. So
Yeah. Could be. It feels like it doesn't necessarily feel like it should be time yet. No, there's still like I'd check when the pairings are up, but the pairings timing on or the internal clock on the forums, I have no idea what it means. So although it looks like almost every game is done except Carl versus Matt Lutz and this one.
oh no, computer went to sleep again.
So all right. So Matt activated. Looks like he's going to drain.
What? So Ryan Jellison just told me Lieutenant Pole recovers 10 attrition. What?
Oh yeah, Lieutenant Pole does add a bunch more. That's why.
Let this guy design cards to cover 10
All right,
attrition.
so we see. Did he lose the Gick to the battle desk to the drain? What am I missing here?
I don't know.
I have no idea what all is.
My computer went to sleep. I blame.
All right,
space.
like the Gick's in Lost Pile, but the dude's still at Tatooine. Like we got a handshake and I have no idea who won this game. Like I didn't see a count if it went to time.
I mean, Sokol had like 16, 17. They counted at the end of Joe's turn, so
yeah. Which I guess would have been, might have been Sokol's just all he needed to do was battle and retrieve to get ahead.
Yeah, maybe.
And then it didn't matter, and that's why he lost the Gick from hand, and because it wouldn't matter, and he had it. All right, well, we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, I think Joe could have spread sooner and at least done some more damage in there. And
I think if Joe would have spread sooner, it would have been very interesting, because especially when Anakin was stuck at the.
Oh yeah, like after his first Dart collab failed, like I think that's when you spread and ignore it, because he's got 5 characters stuck at the docking bay, and if he's chasing you on the ground, like he's spending what, 8 to get away from Endor?
Yeah, you're so far ahead.
Like
he can't spread to chase you on the ground. That'd be
no.
He just can't afford that. So all right. So I think in this case we'll let Chris do the top 8 announcement and figure that out, and it'll get posted on the forums and on Slack. Thank you all for hanging out with us all day today. We'll be back tomorrow with the top 8, top 4, and then the championship match. I'm gonna go eat some dinner.
Yep, sounds like a
So
plan. So thank you
see
everybody for
y'all
joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
for sure.